A new Tampa Bay Business Journal hits newsstands today, and editor Alexis Muellner is here to talk about some of the week's big stories. Good morning, Alexis.
And to you, Dia. Good
Always
morning.
Good to see you on a Friday morning.
It's great.
We start with a subject that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but of course we all know that it's best to prepare early. I'm talking about hurricane season.
The winds are starting to blow. Hurricane season is just a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so away. The predictions, that whether or not they're real or not, 16 named storms, 5 of them could be major. And for businesses, what this means is that insurance issues are afoot. And what some of the issues are that last year's storms in Texas caused more damage inland, and that's created some changes in the statistical modeling that affects insurance rates. And in fact, some of those costs are rising. So for businesses looking to try and make sure that their coverage is in line for all the various things, especially at a time in recession where they've cut back on costs, it's the time to reevaluate those things and to really be aware, especially if they're considering loss of income insurance, which is a possibility as well. So many of these issues are happening, and also what we're hearing is costs are increasing.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea for homeowners to do the same thing, it sounds like, too.
No, a lot of these issues translate to homeowners, too. It's always good to check, make sure everything's in place, but again, some of the rates are going up.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Okay, now we move on to cyber crimes, and it appears that Florida companies are under attack. What's that all about?
Well, we have a profile this week about a company called NoB4.com, which is in Clearwater, which conducted a survey of some Florida businesses that are growing and sent them links to malicious software, and a bunch of them clicked through. And so cyber threats are increasing for businesses as well. And what it used to be is that they would go after assets like accounts, but now they're looking for trade secrets, for marketing plans, some of the proprietary information that you wouldn't expect. And cybercrime, what they're suggesting is that they really make sure that employees are aware to protect businesses against some of these sort of basic things. Okay,
and finally we end with an empowering story for women. We're apparently gaining ground in Bay Area boardrooms.
Just a little bit. We looked at the top public companies that that have revenue of $1 billion or more. There are 11 in Tampa Bay. These are gigantic companies, have many employees in town, and what we found is that the amount of women on their boards have increased from 10 to 12. It's not a lot, but diversity on boards is very important because studies have shown that even financial performance can be improved by a wider range of input. But this is good news because we really need gender diversity on these boards, and these companies are, again, important players in our corporate scene.
And as we all know, baby steps eventually lead to leaps and bounds.
They do. It's an awareness issue. There are a couple companies that have no women or minorities on their boards, and they have some work to do, perhaps. But the ones that do, Raymond James has the most. Credit to them. This is a process of a few steps forward, a couple steps back, but we're making progress.
Yep. Those are the exciting stories that you'll find in this week's Tampa Bay Business Journal. Thanks, Alexis.
Always, Dia.
And for more Business Journal headlines, go to abcactionnews.com/business.